the chef for Sabra, and I'm here today with Katie Cavuto, and we are not actually together. We are socially distanced. We are each in our own kitchens, and we're here today to share some great hummus recipes, hummus and salad to be exact. And I'm going to be making a vegan hummus bowl, and Katie has something that she's going to share with you too. And I'm going to throw it over to Katie, and she's going to make her dish, and she'll give it back to me. We're kind of going to go back and forth. Really happy you guys are here today, and looking forward to sharing some great fresh flavors with you that you can eat all summer long. So Katie, you want to take it away?
Yeah, thanks, MaryDawn. Super fun. I'm Katie Cavuto. I am a registered dietitian, and I am the corporate chef at SaladWorks. And MaryDawn, I have to say, I'm super excited to virtually taste your creation. What I'm going to be creating today is a little tease. SaladWorks has some great new menu items that we are going to be launching this summer. And today we're going to spotlight one of them. This is our new Mediterranean, grilled chicken Mediterranean bowl. And we're going to be serving it over a beautiful bed of hummus. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. And we're also going to be launching some new ingredients. SaladWorks really prides itself on allowing our guests to really be original. And we allow that originality through having a variety, over 60 fresh ingredients that you can use to create a salad or a signature bowl. And we are going to talk through one of our new ingredients that I'm really excited about, which is a roasted cauliflower. So let's start by cooking up our roasted cauliflower. Cauliflower has really been all the craze lately, and it's really simple to roast some up. I know we're actually moving into the summer months right now, but one of the little tips that I love is that we can use our broiler in our oven as our grill upside down in the winter months. If you think about it, when we grill, we're getting that direct heat from the bottom of the grill, and our broiler is the exact same thing. It's direct heat just from up top. And it's an awesome, awesome way to cook vegetables because we get all of that beautiful kind of crispy char that we would get on our grill. So super simple recipe. We're just going to take some cauliflower florets that we've already chopped up, add to that some extra virgin olive oil. And I love saving on dishes, and I like to mix right in whatever I'm using as my cooking vessel. So I've got some olive oil in there, and we're going to add a pinch of salt and a little bit of fresh ground pepper. Beautiful. To that, we're going to be adding some za'atar. And if you're not familiar with za'atar is a Middle Eastern blend of spices. It's actually classically served as a topping on hummus, which is why we're using it as a pairing with this dish today. So you can buy za'atar in the store. You can also make it yourself. It's actually a blend of thyme, sumac, and sesame seeds. And depending on the region that the za'atar comes from, you might also see ingredients like oregano tossed in. So I like to say that it's almost like it's a little bit more sophisticated, or just, let's just say, a little different. It's, if you love Italian seasoning, you're going to love za'atar. It's kind of a fun spin on a traditional Italian seasoning because it has all of those beautiful savory flavors that we love from a traditional Italian seasoning. So we're going to season our cauliflower with our za'atar spice. And when it comes to adding spices, especially new to use spices, I always say less is more. You can always start out with a little bit, see what you think, and add more. But if we add too much, the issue is we cannot take it out. So err on the side of less is more when you're trying new ingredients. We're just going to give this a quick toss right in its cooking vessel. Beautiful. And then into the oven. The magic of at-home cooking videos, it goes. And voila, we've got this beautiful roasted cauliflower. And I actually love adding roasted vegetables to salads because it really adds to the flavor and the texture. When we roast a vegetable, it caramelizes all of the beautiful vegetables, flavors. And then texturally, it's a really nice juxtaposition to all of the traditional crunch that we would get from a salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and start building my grilled chicken Mediterranean hummus bowl here. We started out with this beautiful base of hummus. Hummus is an awesome plant-based protein, so this could easily be a vegan or vegetarian dish by just excluding the chicken. It also adds this beautiful creaminess that almost acts as a salad dressing all on its own, and I love that. So we're gonna start building onto our base of hummus, and what we have here is a variety of greens. One of the other new ingredients that we're actually going to be launching at SaladWorks this summer is a super greens blend. And I don't know about you, but we've heard that all of these dark leafy greens are all the rage. They're really healthy for us. We know that they're packed with nutrients and antioxidants. But for some of us, a salad packed with kale is just too much. We're not ready to go there yet. So at SaladWorks, we like to use the term safe adventure. And this super greens blend is exactly that. We're starting with a beautiful base of munchy, crunchy greens like romaine and iceberg that we all love. And then to that, we're just gonna start to dip your toe in the water of what all of those super greens might really be about. So we've got some baby spinach, we've got some chopped kale, we even have the baby lettuces that are found in a spring mix, and we've blended it all together into this munchy, crunchy, nutrient-packed super greens blend that I think that this is just a great thing that we can do at home too. Start with that base of a munchy, crunchy green and just start playing around with adding some of those darker leafy greens in without going overboard. Okay, so we're gonna make this beautiful base here. To that, we're of course going to add this roasted cauliflower. And one of the things I think about too, especially when we're building a healthier recipe, is how do we create flavor? How do we create texture to really keep our palate excited about what we're gonna be eating? And really, we eat with our eyes first. So I love the fact that we can create these beautiful bowls and salads that are just bursting with color, really inviting us in and making us crave what we're creating before we've even eaten it. All right, so now let's talking about color. We've got all of this green and the beautiful crispy cauliflower. We're gonna add some roasted peppers. Again, those roasted, the roasted vegetables are really, really beautiful and sweet, and the texture pairs perfectly with all of the crunchies that we're gonna add next. So we've got some beautiful cucumber here, that pop of green, and we even have some red pepper. And I have to tell you, I love roasting the onion. We've got some red onion. I love roasting red onion to really concentrate its sweetness. But for this, I think having the munch and crunch of the cucumbers and the red onion really balance out the sweetness and the texture of the roasted cauliflower and the roasted red peppers. So look at how beautiful this is. And now we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of cheese. And the thing that is beautiful about a more decadent ingredient like cheese is we really wanna go for the really flavorful varieties of cheeses because a little bit goes a long way. And especially with something like feta, that saltiness pairs perfectly with the sweetness of the roasted vegetables, the creaminess of the hummus, and it's gonna pair perfectly with our lemon herb vinaigrette that we're gonna make in a little bit. But this is how we can create a nutrient-packed dish that's really rich in vegetables, but all the while extremely satisfying. And that's one of the things that we love at SaladWorks is that you can create a nourishing bowl of food that is equally as satisfying as it is delicious. So I'm gonna top this off with our sliced grilled chicken. And now I'm gonna toss it over to MaryDawn to start making her dish.
Great, and I caught it. Hey guys. So I also am showing you a salad today, and very easy salad that we like to make at Sabra quite a bit. And the salad, depending upon your viewpoint, it's frequently called an Israeli salad or an Arabic salad. But because we love it so much at Sabra, we just call it the everyday salad because we can freaking eat it every day. It's so good. So it's really easy. And I'm not going to bore you with too many of my culinary techniques because this is so easy. But here's what you're going to need, I think, to make this salad. You're going to need a knife, a spoon, and one of these would be really great too. Funny thing about my knife here, you notice it's got red fingernail polish on it. That's because that means no, you cannot use this. So I have plenty of knives in the house for the family, but the super sharp ones are mine, so I mark them as such. So, you know, the things you got to do when you live with family. Anyway, so here's what I have for ingredients. You can see them. I've already chopped them up. These are the ingredients for the everyday salad. So you've got tomato, cucumber, radish, and some assorted peppers. And you can see little specks on the cucumber. That's mint. So I just tossed that in earlier so I could let it hydrate and get the flavor profile going on the mint. So here we go. It's kind of a dump salad, right? I spent, 10, 15 minutes chopping these all up. And you can see my dice is a little small, but, you can make it in whatever size chunk you want. I like to use this size of a dice because, well, A, I can dice that small, but B, because the flavor penetrates more. So now I'm just stirring this up, obviously. Got that going. And now we're going to make the dressing for this salad. I'm making 2 dressings, and they're very easy. So the first one is just lemon and olive oil on this. Now, everybody uses lemons, and they really like them in cooking for the most part. But what people forget is the lemon skin, the peel, and that has wonderful aromatic flavors in it. So what I say is if you're going to use the lemon, use the peel too. Don't let this go to waste. So just go around your lemon and zip away. And note that I'm doing this up and not down. It's much, much easier. So here we go. So I've got the lemon zest. Add that in. And I'm going to, you know what else we need? One other key thing, a fork. And so we are going to juice our lemon. And all the recipes are posted. So feel free to look that up. I don't need to give you all the exact amounts. And actually, this recipe doesn't need exact amounts. You can just do what you want. Get the structure down and go for the flavor. So now I'm just taking a fork and putting it in my lemon and squishing it around, adding that in. So who needs to buy a piece of equipment when you already have a fork? That's what I say. Spend your money on something more worthwhile than a lemon plunger. So here we go. A little bit more lemon. Got that. And I'm going to drizzle some olive oil on top. There we go. Nice healthy oil. And a little bit of kosher salt. Sprinkle that away. There we go. And we'll stir. So we're getting a nice coating of lemon, all the lemon zest, moving that around in there. The salt, the olive oil, the lemon and the salt are going to bring out and accentuate the flavors of each ingredient. So each ingredient in a salad with the lemon and the salt is going to be able to harmonize with every other ingredient, but yet sing their own song. So you'll know exactly what it is, and you'll be able to appreciate the flavor of each fresh ingredient. So I'm just going to set this over here right now. We'll come back to that in a second. And now, so noise alert for this. I would pull this over further, except this is as far as it goes with the cord. Should have looked for an extension cord earlier, perhaps. Anyway, so this is a tahini dressing. Right now I've got like a cup of water in the blender and a half a cup of of lemon juice. And I am now going to stir my tahini. And here's a trick. If all of you at home have ever used tahini, you probably have noticed that it separates and has oil on the top. There's something, thick in the middle, and then there's like chunks of stuff on the bottom. So to take care of that, you have to stir it really well. And what I do is I stir it with a knife. And I learned this trick from a food scientist who worked with peanut butter for quite a while. And if you stir with a knife, you can really start to get those lumps moving out of there. Whereas when you stir it with a spoon, just speaking from experience here, you get all the lumps just stuck to your spoon, and then they just move around with your spoon, and it doesn't work so well. But this really, really cuts through. Just stir a little bit more. And also, you really want to get the chunky part mixed in, because that part of the tahini has what we call like the water binding capability. So it's the thing that when you put like peanut butter or tahini, something like that in your mouth dries up. It's because the protein and the fiber are attaching and sucking in all the moisture in your mouth. It does the same thing in hummus and makes a fantastic texture for the hummus. If you didn't have tahini in hummus, it would just be a chickpea puree, and there would be no magic. So here we go. I'm going to put some of this in. Nice stir. Let's see, I think that's about how much we want. So I've got tahini, lemon, water. I'm going to add my salt in now. And oops, stuck on the top of the blender. You don't want that. And then the parsley. Now I just have parsley today. Our recipe has parsley and basil. You can use any kind of green herb with this: parsley, basil, dill, mint, whatever. But always have some parsley in this recipe, because the other herbs aren't as green as parsley is. And also, just a note to yourself: if you're buying basil for this dish, don't put it in. I have a little spider on here. Don't put it in the back of your refrigerator. Don't let it get shoved in the back of the refrigerator like what happened at my house. Otherwise the basil just turns brown. And if that happens, you can just use that basil, freeze it, and use it in a sauce. But it's not going to make it a good, like a tomato sauce. But it's not going to make a good tahini sauce because it's brown. So parsley in my house today.
Hey, MaryDawn, do you have any tricks to storing leftover salad so it doesn't go bad? Or how you can make it so some can be left over?
Yes, definitely. So I will answer that question before I turn on the blender. So for salads, lettuce salads, I try to not dress very much at all. And other salads, you can dress, especially, I am a huge fan of olive oil and lemon dressing. And actually doing a video later with my son. He's going to demonstrate how to do that for another project I'm working on. But yes, so you can take a salad like this. This will last with the dressing. Or you can make a bunch of a salad with all the hard ingredients. So that would be like the pepper, the radishes, the cucumber, and dress that. And then just before serving, toss in, take a portion of it and toss in the tomatoes, the soft ingredients. So the soft ingredients don't last as long as the hard. But otherwise, don't overdress the salad, and really try. The beauty of a salad is that it's fresh, so try to make just as much as is needed. But hard vegetables last longer. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to turn this on. Noise alert. I'm going to put more tahini in because evidently the tahini that I put in doesn't have as much water binding capabilities, so it seems to be a little thin. Yay, live stream. So, so I'm going to do this one more time. Sorry, gang. Do this one more time. Great, that's perfect. So water binding tahini, it's an issue, and we work with it all the time at Sabra. So now I'm going to build the salad, and here we go. I'm going to take about 4 or 5 ounces of hummus, and I am making the bowl with the hummus. Okay, so the bowl is the hummus. I'm making a ring or a bowl shape with the hummus. You can see how I'm just moving my spoon around. And then I'm going to take my lovely salad and place it in the bowl. So you can see, look at that. It's just beautiful. All the juices, the natural juices coming out of the salad. And I actually, to the question earlier, I like to chop up all these vegetables the day ahead and let them sit in the dressing, except for the tomatoes, so that the flavors really, really start to come out. So now we've got, look at this beautiful freshness with the lemon zest and the beautiful vegetables. So that looks good. I do say so myself. I think we'll garnish it a little. We'll throw around a couple of these fun little cherry tomatoes. And then I am going to drizzle some of our green tahini dressing. Be right back. That looks beautiful.
Hey, MaryDawn, if I wanted to add some spices to my salad, what would you recommend?
Well, just about anything, really. So any green herb works. And then I like, you could put, for example, this tahini dressing, you could put ras el hanout in it. You could put chilies in it. I really, so I am going to sprinkle one of my favorite chilies on top of the salad. And this is Aleppo pepper. So it's the pepper that was originally grown in Syria. And so I'm adding a little spice, color, and fun to the salad. We'll just put in some pomegranates. So you've got something that's really lively now. You've got a little bit of heat. You've got freshness from the parsley, the lemon, the herbs. And you've got this great base from the hummus. And a salad like this, really rich, satisfying, and nourishing. And you're not going to be hungry in a couple hours because the hummus is really going to hold you strong and the vegetables are going to love you. So, yeah. So that's what I got for you today. The salad, and I'm going to throw it back to Katie. And I just want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in. And Katie's going to finish her salad with her dressing now.
Oh my gosh, I just have to say that looks absolutely beautiful. And I wish I could reach a fork through the screen and take a bite. It looks amazing. So yeah, we're just going to finish up quickly over here. And one of the things that I was thinking as you were making that beautiful tahini dressing was how many times I've bought herbs for a recipe, a specific recipe, and then all of a sudden you've got this big bunch of herbs left over, and they always end up getting left out, right? They sit in the back of the fridge and they get really wilted and weepy and they feel totally neglected. So one of the things that I started to do a couple of years ago as a great way to use up the herbs that are the left behinds in a recipe, or I know that so many of us have started channeling all of our quarantine energy into building our own vegetable gardens and herb gardens. And herbs are so awesome to grow because they're really fruitful. We end up getting a lot of fresh herbs that sometimes we really don't know what to do with. So this is my little trick. Basically what you do with all of those leftover herbs is grab them by the handful, literally stems and all. You can just take a big old handful. In this case, this is some flat leaf parsley. You can do a variety of blends. So I love doing the really savory herbs like rosemary, oregano, and thyme. And if I do have leftover parsley, I throw it all into the blender. And I add some extra virgin olive oil and give it a whirl. And it's going to make basically something that's a little bit thinner than a pesto-like consistency. And then what you do, so you can see here, is you take that herb oil and you pour it into an ice cube tray. So this is one that's left over, and you let it freeze. And then you just take these ice cubes out and you can pop them into a baggie and freeze them, label them with whatever blend it might be. And now you've got these beautiful herb oils that are essentially fresh herbs ready to go as a start to a summer grilling recipe, a chili, a tomato sauce, MaryDawn, like you were talking about. And today, in this case, we're going to use this beautiful herb oil. And our herb oil today is actually a blend of thyme, oregano, and parsley, which pairs beautifully with our Za'atar Roasted Cauliflower. So you can use it to add some flavor to a recipe. And I wanted to quickly touch reach out. I saw one of our comments was, oh, this is so great. Now I have something to do with all the za'atar that I had in my pantry and the tahini that's been hanging around. And I love reminding people that tahini, it's essentially peanut butter. So it's just peanut butter that's made with sesame seeds. So it's one of my favorite things to have for breakfast or a snack, just taking some tahini, spreading it on a piece of toast, cutting some pear slices or apple slices, and then drizzling it with a little bit of honey. It's a beautiful, it's rich in anti-inflammatory fats and protein. It's really satisfying and absolutely amazing. And as far as other things to do with za'atar is beautiful in a vinaigrette, which is actually one of the new dressings we are launching this summer, a za'atar flavored lemon olive oil dressing, which is just another way that you can be original at SaladWorks. But za'atar is beautiful on a piece of salmon with a squeeze of lemon. It's great as a seasoning for chicken or pork chops. And again, obviously, it's awesome for roasting vegetables. So let's finish up our beautiful grilled chicken Mediterranean hummus bowl. And what we have here, again, kind of a nod in agreement with MaryDawn, there is nothing better than the simplicity of lemon and olive oil. And we, like, great minds think alike. I am also a huge fan of using the zest of citrus, be it lime zest, orange zest, lemon zest. You have your pink little labeled knife. My kind of funny joke is my microplane is probably my favorite kitchen tool. And I used to do a ton of in-home cooking classes, and I would get so bummed out if I would get to someone's house and they didn't have a microplane, because then we couldn't add the zest to the recipe. And it does. The flavor and the aromatics are just so beautiful. So I actually started carrying a microplane in the glove compartment of my car, so that I would always have a microplane with me, and I'd bring it in, and I would just always kind of giggle like, oh my gosh, what if I get pulled over at some point and I open my glove compartment to get everything, and there is my trusty microplane hanging out. So that's just my fun kitchen tool story of the day. Okay, so what we have in our jar is olive oil and lemon juice. And to that, I did add a little bit of white wine vinegar. And making a vinaigrette at home, it's really simple. The thing that you want to really kind of get a grasp on is the ratio of oil to vinegar. A basic vinaigrette is going to be 3 parts olive oil to 1 part of an acid, be it lemon juice, citrus juice, vinegar. I actually like my vinaigrettes to be a little bit more acidic, so sometimes I will actually do more of a 2 to 1, but that's something that you can play around with. But it is as simple as that. So to that, I am going to also add in some lemon zest. And I always do a little count. I kind of go 1, 2, 3 in an area and move on. That way we're not getting all of that white pith. And I'm going to put this into our jar. So we've got our olive oil, our lemon juice, and our white wine vinegar. To that, we added some lemon zest. I've actually taken one of our herb oil cubes and defrosted it, and it defrosts really quickly just on the counter. So I'm going to add that, and there's our fresh herbs into the mix. So a touch of Dijon mustard, and what the Dijon mustard does in a salad dressing is it acts as an emulsifier. So we know that oil and vinegar or oil and lemon juice, they don't really like to hang out together. And think of the Dijon mustard as the mediator. He just brings the two of them together and allows that vinaigrette to stay cohesive. A fun little trick in our house, and this is a way that I get my son involved in the kitchen. Anytime we build a vinaigrette, we do it in a mason jar. Put the lid on it, and then it's as simple as a quick shake, shake, shake. All right, so that's it, our beautiful vinaigrette. And we are just going to drizzle that over our salad. Look at how beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see it, but those herbs, the green really pops in those beautiful fresh herbs, even though it was in that frozen herb oil. So it really maintains a lot of its brightness, which I absolutely adore about it. So this was so amazing. What fun, MaryDawn and everyone at Sabra. Thank you so much for including me. And I just lastly want to leave you with a note from SaladWorks. We do have an amazing fundraiser going on right now for all of our local heroes on the front line of this pandemic. It's called Fives for Lives. And for every $5 donation, we are donating a meal to our local heroes to help support them. Just one way that SaladWorks is really trying to give back and again, embrace everyone's originality. So thank you so much, MaryDawn. This was such a blast. And I'm really looking forward to making your recipe.
Okay, I thought I was backstage still. So great, Katie. Thank you very much. I love your recipe too. And this was super fun. We evidently have to get together and cook.
Yes. Yes. As soon as this is over, we will meet in the kitchen.
Yeah, we'll each bring our own microplane and we'll go over. Touche, yeah. So,
zesting fools we will be.
That's right. There you go. Yes, yes. I couldn't think of a better thing to do. So thank you, everyone, for coming to our second to last episode of Sabra's Hummus at Home, and for sharing our salad days here of salad making. And stay tuned for the next episode coming up. Bye.
Bye.